All right, so we've got Veronica here. We've got Mike Sigler here. Sigler's not on it. Yes, he is. Thank you. Is Randy still here?
Yeah, I think you just.
And did we lose Travis? We lost Travis. Maybe he'll come back. Okay, so we do have a quorum. All right, then. Welcome, everybody, to the Monday, July 18th Health and Human Services Committee meeting. We just came out of a joint committee meeting with the Public Safety Committee, which I thought was very interesting and useful. I've got a page of scratch notes that I'm going to decipher later on. But now we are on just to the part where the Health and Human Services Committee is going to meet and take care of our business. We don't have any really big items on here. At least I don't think they're really big. So maybe we move through this relatively quickly. We'll see how it goes. But we also want to make sure everyone that wants to speak and give us some information can. So are there any changes to the agenda that we're aware of?
I do not have any.
Okay, no changes that we are aware of. Thank you. Is there any public comment that we know about?
No public comment.
No public comment. Thank you. Then I'll just keep going with that theme and say there's no chair's report, which puts us right up to the county administrator's report.
Thanks, Dan. The only item I have is an informational item, and that is, again, it's in your packet. It's the PAR form, the project approval request form that's part of the capital plan for 2023 and having to do with any departments reporting to the Health and Human Service Committee. And so this PAR form is for projected renovations needed at the Health Department site, 55 Brown Road in 2023. And this is to help with the completion of the merger between public health and mental health and renovation in some of the space in the back of the public health building to finish off offices, to be able to offer mental health services up at Brown Road, and to finish off some of the for some staffing spaces needed in the back. So I'm happy to answer questions. Brenda's also here if people have questions about this renovation.
Any questions for Lisa or Brenda? Okay, thank you for including that information in the packet. That's all. That's
it for me.
Great, very good. Thank you. Any other questions for Lisa? All right. Next up is Public Health and Mental Health Department's resolution authorization to increase hours, senior clerk, typist, health department. Somebody want to move that? Randy moves, Veronica seconds. Any discussion? Brenda, I'm just going to ask you the question I always ask for these resolutions is, does this person want their hours increased?
It's two people. They currently are doing it on a temporary basis, and they have said yes.
Good, thank
It's
you.
also budgeted that way for next year.
Good, thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, ready to vote then? Randy?
Yes.
Veronica?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. That's unanimous. Thank you. And did you want to, any other information you wanted to share with us? That was enough for one day, right? A lot. Thank you very much. Okay, next up is Office for the Aging. We have a resolution, budget adjustment, Tompkins County Office for the Aging, Food Net, Meals on Wheels. Randy is moving that. Veronica's seconding it. Lisa, do you want to say anything? Hello, Lisa Monroe, COFA.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Great. No, it's just, like it says, it's just a budget adjustment. Food Net, we found that, they needed additional funding to maintain their daily schedule and routes because of fuel prices. So they've, almost exceeded their fuel line for for the year. And an option was that they would have to go to every other day delivery. And we don't want that to happen because we just recently got back into going into deliveries daily again after the pandemic. So we want to maintain doing that and able to deliver to our clients daily.
I had a question,
Mhm.
and I don't know. Let's see, actually, look, I wrote two questions here. You said that this is coming out of,
The ARPA funding that we,
right, thank you.
Mhm.
Is that the total, is 30,000 the total amount that COFA received for that?
no, we received 270,000, a little bit more than that.
Okay. And then thank you. And then my other question was, what happens next year? What happens when this money's used up?
We have the funding through 2024, September 2024. So I've been kind of cautious with it. At this point, under the major disaster declaration, we're able to use it for any eligible services. And if and when the major disaster declaration ends, it does have to be awarded to specific corresponding funding streams, which is the Title III programs. And Title III C and C1 are for home delivered meals and for congregate meal sites. So it would go to them FoodNet typically anyways. So I'm kind of holding on using it until the need arises. It really is to help get through some of these situations that we're dealing with right now, like inflation, food costs, and fuel. So hopefully we'll get there, but we'll see. We'll have some more funding next year if we need it, but it does end in 2024.
Thank you. Any other questions for Lisa? All right, ready to vote then? Mike Sigler.
I'm a yes.
Veronica,
Yes.
Randy,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. That's unanimous. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Lisa, any other info you wanted to share with us?
Just wanted to share that we finally received our senior farmers market coupons. They were delayed because of printing, so we do have them in the office available for people. We're getting them out to our home delivered meal clients, and we have an extensive outreach list that we're doing to get to the rural areas and food pantries and things like that. And that's about it.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Next up is Veteran Services. We have a resolution, authorization to accept New York State award to the Department of Veteran Services for the provision of services to veterans, military service members, and their families. Somebody want to move that? Veronica moves, Mike seconds. We have J.R. Claiborne here. Hello, J.R. Is there anything you want to tell us about this?
This is gets to be my second such resolution like this for our new department, but this is an allotment that comes from the state that, as it says, is devoted for provision of veteran services. It's something where we have to spend twice as much to get back at least this amount of money, which is capped. So that's pretty much it for this year.
Okay, questions for JR? Ready to vote then? Randy,
Yes.
Veronica,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. That's great. That was easy. JR, is there anything else you would like to tell us about?
Sure. Two things, actually. One, just to dovetail on what Lisa just said. I also just received veterans version of farmers market coupons are called Fresh Connect checks. And I just received those too. So I'll be getting those ready so that they can be distributed to our veterans community upon request. The second thing is, I think I may have brought this up to you earlier, but if not, I get to say it new. The end of last month was the moving wall memorial in Elmira at Eldridge Park. This was a scaled down version of the Vietnam Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C. I was fortunate to be invited by our local Vietnam Veterans of America chapter to recite the names of Tompkins Fallen at their opening ceremonies. And Tompkins County was one of 5 counties that were involved with this. The better part about this, I guess, is that each county that was part of the ceremonies, was part of the wall tribute, received a plaque. There was a plaque made for each county that bore the names of their fallen, and those are to be given to each county. So I've been working with the staff at the airport, at our airport, as well as our VVA chapter's leadership, to cite a place for the plaque to call home at the airport. So we just had a first meeting last week, and we're looking at some good things there. So hopefully we'll have some news about having that here in Tompkins County.
Thank you. Any questions for JR? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that brings us to departmental updates. And I see Kit Kephart here from Department of Social Services. Kit, would you like to, anything you'd like to tell us about?
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay. So I don't have a lot to share. Myself and a number of my department colleagues are in Saratoga Springs attending the New York Public Welfare Association's conference right now. We're trying to get some answers about some of our programs, Medicaid, long-term care, and some of what the rental supplement programs. We're trying to find out more information about what's going to happen with all those program areas. So we are interfacing with state representatives and other counties right now, kind of sharing ideas and talking about what's next. So so that's where we're at. I don't have a real department update beyond that, because that kind of occupies us for the better part of this week. So that's about it for me right at the moment.
Thank you. Questions for Kit? Kit, how's your hiring process coming along? I know you've talked all year about having quite a bit of turnover and such. How's it going?
So it's coming. It's a hot topic right now at the conference. There's a lot of talk right now about the state representatives really doing their part to advocate at a statewide level with the Department of Civil Service. We are definitely seeing in Tompkins County, increased challenges. And I think I would say that we're luckier than most districts, but we are definitely seeing struggles. We just filled, I believe, 2 casework positions. We had been struggling to fill those. We're waiting for test results. And we are seeing real challenge around hiring. We're seeing a lot of people that go all the way through the hiring process and then really are not willing to take the position, either because they feel like they have other opportunities or because they are pushing back and wanting to kind of negotiate about what work conditions are going to look like. When I talk to other commissioners here at the conference, they are definitely telling me, I think they are experiencing what we are and much, much more. So I think there are great challenges. There's a lot of talk right now about the fact that, the upcoming generations don't value some of the benefits that I think past generations have valued. There's less value on things like the retirement plan than there used to be. So I think there are definitely concerns. We are seeing struggles around hiring. And I think the other area that we are seeing struggles is in promotion. So we hire people at a casework level or at social welfare examiner level. And then when it's time, if they stick it out through that that process of developing, when it's time for them to go up to a senior and begin to supervise, people are telling us, I don't want any more responsibility. It's too much. I can't handle any more of the work. And so again, part of what we're talking about this week at the conference is level of intensity and level of pressure because of the work and because of the needs of families today. I think we're seeing a level of intensity and complexity across the board with all of our cases that we never have been before. And so people are feeling a lot of pressure when they're working in our department. So that's probably more than you wanted to know, Dan, but I think it is all of what's being talked about this week, and we're definitely seeing the impact of that right now.
Thanks. No, that is what I wanted to know.
Okay.
Any questions for Kit? All right. Thanks for taking the time for us.
Thank you.
That is it for department updates. Looks like. Yep. Okay, so next item on the agenda is minutes approval. Is there anybody that will move the minutes from June 15th? Veronica moves, Randy seconds. Any discussion about the minutes? Okay, let's have a vote then. Travis,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Randy,
Yes.
Veronica,
Yes.
and I am a yes, so that is unanimous. Any comments from committee members, liaison assignment reports? Veronica.
I have a question and two comments. The question, which I should know the answer to, is what does an advisory board have to do to get appointments of new members through the legislature? One of my boards has,
Brittany, step up.
Kind of my forte. So is there a board in particular?
there is, the Human Rights Commission has chosen 5 new members who came to their last meeting as, but not as voting members, and I may have dropped the ball on what's next.
Nope. It is actually up to them to let us know who needs to be appointed, and then it goes through committee and then legislature. You're welcome.
Hey, before you go on, I just want to jump in. So you may know there's a little subcommittee working on advisory boards, and we just met the other day and we were talking about how, first of all, we're going to try to update the policy in the next couple of months maybe. And then part of that is also like a procedures thing so that the committee, that the advisory boards and the departments are a little clearer on what the process is. So it's fine that you didn't exactly know the answer to that. We are stepping up to that challenge. Thank you. Keep
Thank you.
going.
So I shouldn't say that I totally had a conversation with Amanda about this recently, and I should know. 2 comments are, I just wanted to put out a public reminder to take the health department's community health survey. If anyone's watching, bit.ly/TCHD survey 2022. I think it's open till the end of the month. And also wanted to say, I recently learned that July is Disability Pride Month. So happy Disability Pride Month, everybody. There's a flag for that too. Maybe I'll find it for tomorrow's legislature meeting. Basically affirming that disabilities are not a bad thing. They're trying to fight stigma and ableism and just affirm the idea that like disabilities, whether mental, physical, whatever, are just part of human diversity, and we can, try to break down barriers separating like abled and disabled folks that exist. About 1/7 of all people are disabled in some way, which is quite a lot. And it's one of those few subgroups that anybody can suddenly join at any time, unlike most.
Veronica. Okay, anything else? Any other comments from anybody? Reports, anything going once? Going twice? Okay, and any other business before the committee? All right, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. It's after 5 o'clock. Everybody go home.